How's it going, everybody? Today we are doing some work on my new to me Suzuki Savage. This is the first time this bike has appeared on the channel, as I just picked it up a couple of days ago. We're going to be sorting out an oil leak. I think I know the culprit. I've cleaned off the engine, tracked where it's come from, and I actually had a chance to talk to the mechanic who has most recently worked on this bike. Shout out to Shade Tree Cycles up in Knox, Indiana. The guy I talked to was super cool, and even though I wasn't buying anything from him or having him service my bike or anything like that, he was able to look back at his records, find the service info on this bike, and he told me what he did and his thoughts. And so it was just nice to be able to pick a professional's brain about it a little bit, you know, free of charge. So I was really appreciative of that guy's time in doing that. So I have a good sense about what I need to do. I'm gonna have to pull the seat, the tank, and start picking apart the top end. And I'm gonna bring you guys along as we try to fix this oil leak. So first thing that goes is going to be the seat, and there's two 10mm bolts on either side in the back that we're gonna pull. So now in pulling the fuel tank, we have, as you can see, that little orange line is a fuel line. I think there's another vacuum line, and then there's also a speedometer cable, as well as a wiring harness, accompanied by these two bolts here. So those bolts are gonna go first, and then we're gonna get the fuel line off and plugged, and the other lines all taken off, and we're gonna pull the tank. So now as we pull this fuel hose, my tank is pretty full, unfortunately, but I'm just gonna pull it, and fuel will leak out of this if I unpinch my fingers. So I have, it's just a little weird little S-clip. It's not that great, but it'll be enough to sit in here and just keep that fuel from leaking. So now on the other side, we have a little hose to pull off. So here's a little hose here. That's what we're gonna pull off. No leaking out of that. I'm pretty sure it's just works as a vacuum. And then we also are going to pull this, which is, I believe, the speedometer cable. A recommendation I saw online was to push this hose through to the other side, or pull it through, and that allows the tank to more easily slide out. So we'll go ahead and start moving the tank, and then there should be a clip up top that we will have to undo. So we are now going to remove the valve inspection cover, which is a bolt here and one on the other side. And for that, we're just going to use a 10mm open end wrench. So now we're going to remove what I believe to be the decompression system. So I have now removed every bolt off the top end, and I just laid them out so that I was able to keep track of where they're gonna go when I put this all back together. But now this whole piece on the top just will pry off and slide out. Now, as for which way we should go, I'm not so sure. We do have to, though, remove this bolt first, I guess. Toss that out of the way. And pull this whole piece, I guess, in what do we feel like here? This bolt up on top here, which I really don't know. There you go. So I'm just doing a little cleaning up now of some of this excess oil that does not need to be up here in this quantity. The culprit for my issue, which I think, having seen it and already wiping it down, is this little cap here. Suzuki uses this engine in other applications, and I guess there needs to be some pass-through in that situation, but in this engine they just cap it with this little plastic cap, and from the factory it comes with no sealant, and in the book for mechanics there's no instruction to apply sealant here. So this is what we're going to seal up, and this should solve our excessive oil leak. So I'm going to clean up the rest of this stuff, and hopefully this should be the culprit here. I guess we'll get it out and run it and see how much oil we are losing, but I'm really hoping that this is the problem. So having cleared this all out now, wiped this stuff down, I'm going to apply a pretty liberal amount of RTV red to this plug area here. And then I'm also going to reapply in this area just to form a nice seal for the valve cover. So we're going to firstly just really wipe this piece down. Pull that off of anything we don't need it on. That should be okay. And then we're gonna gasket all this stuff, and I'll get back to you once I have the valve cover back on. So we're getting all this gasket down. Just a little quick look, stop along the process. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to tightening up the last few bolts on the valve cover now. So with this last bolt here, everything on the top end's back together and all the bolts are in. As you can see, we do have a little bit of seepage of the gasket out of the side, which is fine. It just means we have a good seal there. But I think now we're just going to, for one, I guess we could put this boot back on the spark plug. And then for two, we'll get this little bracket put back where it needs to go. And then we're gonna just leave this bike to sit for a while, probably at least a day. Let that stuff cure. Take that time to give the engine another good clean, and just ensure that anything we're seeing is new and not old. We don't want to see any oil, but it's a lot easier to tell on a clean engine. So with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and get that part on, and we'll get the tank and the seat back on and call it a day. That's all the more we need there. Don't want to go any tighter. So with that, everything's put back together. Now will just be the tank and the seat. And I'm not going to show that, because if you want to know how to put those back on, just watch the front end of the video in reverse. So with the seat and tank back in place, the fuel line, vacuum, and speedometer cable all reconnected, that's it. The bike's back together, and hopefully we won't be leaking any oil. Like I said, I'm just gonna roll this one into the garage, let it sit for a day before taking it out. But we'll keep an eye on the oil, and if we're still leaking, then we're going to have to re-diagnose and figure out what the deal is. But I sealed up everything really well. I put a very liberal amount on that little plug, so hopefully that'll stay in place, but I do want to give the gasket some time to dry and to cure and to harden up. So I'm just going to leave the video here. Thanks so much for watching, guys.